Luna here. So, there's been a lot of infighting within our community recently, and I'm sick of it. Um, and I'm a person who believes in intersectionality. If you have activism without intersectionality, it is not activism. This is why, as a white person, I can look at Black people's struggles. I will never understand their struggles personally, but I can see them and I can acknowledge them. That's intersectionality. I will fight for and with Black people and lift up their voices. Now, there seems to be a lot of issues with the people in my own community fighting each other for no reason. There are a few trans women who have decided to dismiss and attack trans men. Now, there have been some issues within the trans mass community that do need to be addressed. Some of us do need to check our privilege, yes, but there seems to be a narrative going around that trans men don't face any sort of misogyny. I need to remind you something. We still have uteruses. We grew up as girls and women in the patriarchal system. We have faced sexual assault on the basis of being seen as nothing more than woman who in the patriarchal idea is seen as nothing more as something to control. Okay? And people say, well, all the laws and stuff are targeting only trans women. Okay, let me ask you this. What part of the trans community has been affected when Roe v. Wade was overturned, when abortion bans were a thing? It's the people with uteruses. It's the trans men. It's the AFAB non-binary people who were affected by that. So we need to stop pretending that just because trans women, they are more visible, and I do think trans men do have some privilege they can use to lift up their sisters' voices. I do believe that. I'm not saying that's not a thing. Like, we as trans men do need to lift trans women up and do everything in our power to keep them safe. But I also think they need to extend that back instead of pushing us out and dismissing our issues. Like, I've seen so much dismissal, and it's not okay. There was also somebody who, claimed there was this FBI letter, and apparently it came out that that was faked, and she admitted this. And I also want to address that we don't need to spread further panic in our community. Okay, our community is already scared. It's already being attacked. There's already countless laws that are happening, that are targeting us, that are already being dismissed. So when you do a cry wolf situation, it dismisses us even more. And that honestly pisses me off. It pisses me off to no extent. And also, our community statistically has a really high suicide rate. And that rate heightens when we are scared. So when you put out unnecessary infighting and unnecessary panic, that physically hurts people. That physically hurts people. And we as a community, we need to stop, and we need to do better, and we need to be lifting each other up, helping each other, fighting for each other, instead of fighting against each other, because fighting against each other is exactly what the system wants. It wants us to do that so they can go and take our rights as we're distracted by each other. So we need to stop infighting, and we need to stand up and fight for each other. We need to fight with each other, not against each other.